Today we're on the Chief and we're on a day-and-a-half trip fishing Colonet, and we're looking for rockfish and hopefully some yellowtail. I'm working a jig on the bottom. I think I got a nice rockfish on here. Here it comes right here. Big salmon grouper. Nice salmon grouper. They just feel bigger with their mouth open like that. And this is what we're gonna be doing today, fishing jigs like this one, this magic metal, bouncing them off the bottom, looking for those yellowtail, looking for quality rockfish. That's what we're gonna do. So stay tuned for this week's exciting episode of Sport Fishing.
I'm Dan Hernandez and I live to fish.
That's a nice vermilion right there.
Yeah!
This is what fishing's like.
I have been fishing along the Pacific coast my entire life. Let me bring you in the action and share with you some great fishing tips along the way.
Up in the air.
Yeah, nice quality yellowtail.
That would do it. Sushi.
Yeah, we do it on the Chief.
Hey gang, we just started our first drift. This is what I call a test drift. We don't know which way the boat's gonna go. We have a little bit of an east breeze, and I set up on a high spot. We're catching all kinds of big grouper. Just starting to pick away at a couple yellowtail. We've only been fishing for about 5 minutes, but we're fishing with yo-yo irons for yellowtail. Color's not so much important. This is a 6X, and you got a nice big grouper, and it's a good warm-up fish. And I think we're gonna be getting them pretty quick here.
Sling him up. It looks like. Okay, put her in free spool. Catch them on the side, like Jeff. Good quality ling cod, Colonet. They get a lot bigger, but this is good quality. Tire. I got one. There we go.
Yeah.
Colonet yellowtail, buddy.
All right, we got deep color. Everybody just wind slow.
Here he comes, color.
All right. All right, we got a nice yellowtail here on the iron. As you can see, they hit all different types of iron.
This is Doug, he caught this yellow, fishing a jig, and Chris, why don't you explain a little bit what we're doing right now?
Yeah, we're fishing off a Colonet on a high spot, the plateau, 30 to 40 fathoms, and it's a mixed area of all types of rockfish, including yellowtail. There's a lot of yellowtail in the meter right now. It's not biting real good, but this is, once again, it's conditions. Rockfish will bite in almost any condition and current. Yellowtail favors specific currents, and it could be a time of day thing.
Yep. That's why we're here all day.
That's right. It's the
All right.
beauty of a day and a half. Good job.
Nice job.
What's your number? 12. Number 12.
Okay, we're gonna take a little break from the action aboard the Chief and go to the tackle box and give you a good look at the gear we're using for today's trip. This week in the tackle box, I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about what we're doing today, fishing at Colonet. Now, when you think about fishing for yellowtail, you think you can get by with 30-pound tests. But Colonet is really nothing more than a big island suspended under the water. So the water all around Colonet is really deep, and it comes up to about 300 feet, and some spots comes all the way up to about 150 feet. And because of that, there's lots of coral and rocks, and the fish over there are just mean and vicious. They know how to use all that rock and coral to break your line and get away. So that's why for Colonet, I really recommend use a larger reel, 40-pound test line, and a large heavy rod. You want a heavy duty rod, so when you hook a yellow down at 200 feet or 150 feet, you can turn it, get it off the rocks. If you don't get it off the rocks, you're gonna get busted off. If you watch closely in this episode, you're gonna see lots of guys land their fish using dropper loop rigs, but they'll bring up just the hook and the loop with no sinker. And the reason is their sinker's getting wrapped around a piece of coral. The fish are pulling so hard, it's actually breaking their knot and breaking their line, but they are able to catch the fish. So a 40-pound test works out really good. Dropper loop rig, a large mustad live bait hook with that sardine or mackerel works fine. Now, if you wanna fish a jig, magic metals work really good. I like to fish the 3.5 and 4.5. And the only thing about this is you have to be careful. If you let your jig go all the way to the bottom, you're gonna catch a rockfish. A lot of lingcod here, a lot of reds, nice quality fish. But if you wanna catch a yellow, you gotta hit the bottom, come up about 4 or 5 cranks, and then crank it back about halfway. As fast as you can, make that jig dart up toward the surface, and those yellowtail will be suspended in there. If your jig stays on the bottom, you will catch a rockfish. I mean, I know everybody wants to catch a fish, but if you really want to concentrate on the yellowtail, you got to get your bait away from the bottom. If you leave it really close to the bottom, and I don't care if it's on a dropper loop with the live bait or your jig right up on the bottom, you're going to catch a rockfish. All right, let's get back to the action right here on Sport Fishing.
Here you go, guys. Sling them up. Sling them up, guys. All right. Nice quality link cod.
Really nice rockfish. Big rockfish.
Yep. That'll work.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice red right there.
Alright, we're just now coming into the fish here. We're going to go up and over a little hill here.
There you go. Salmon grouper.
Yep.
Right off the bottom. The match metal.
Barracuda.
We're out here in Colonet, about 125 miles south of San Diego, working a jig. I think I went too far to the bottom. Feels like I have another rockfish. But the technique to catch these yellows is to hit the bottom and crank up really fast, about 10, 15 cranks. And if you stay on the bottom too long, you hook a rockfish. And, I mean, it's not a bad problem because that's where we're trying to catch is limited rockfish, 10 fish. But what we really want is some yellows. Okay, here comes my rockfish. Here's my rockfish salmon grouper. Again, it's not exactly what I'm hoping to catch. I want to get a yellowtail, but I got to get 10 of these too to take home. 10 rockfish.
Color on your fish. Ceviche. Nice, Josh. Thank you.
I don't know, Chris, I think it's a ling. I got a sardine on the bottom.
Oh, the slow grind going to it?
Yeah, I had a nice little head shake there for a little bit. Oh, big red.
There you go.
Nice red.
Nice red.
Nice red.
Bonus fish here.
Yeah, this is good eating. This is like the rockfish steak of rockfish. It's kind of a thicker steak-like meat that's very white, and it's prized by anglers. And this is a really nice size red.
That'd be like $100 in a restaurant. That's huge. That's
Yeah,
a big.
they'll actually take it and deep fry the whole fish, and then put it on a plate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nice fish.
This is good living here.
that's a big hook, 7/0
Yeah.
mustad hook.
You
It's
can
gonna get the
see
ling.
with the size of his mouth, has no problem eating this whatsoever. Look at that hook set. He wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, that's a nice one.
All right, thanks.
Beautiful.
All right,
Which number?
number 37.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna take a little break from the action and we're gonna go to the galley and show you how to cook up one of these delicious fish we're catching today. This week in the galley, I'm gonna make you up a yellowtail ceviche dish. And we're inside my kitchen in my own house. So let's get started. You start off with 8 to 10 ounces of yellowtail. Luckily, we just caught this the other day. Take the yellowtail and you put it into your mixing bowl. I'm gonna start off with some orange bell peppers, yellow bell pepper, and red. And if for some reason you'd rather have green, you can do that. But I like all this color. See how beautiful and colorful this looks already? We haven't got started, we're just putting some ingredients. Then I like some green onions, just about a tablespoon of that. And can't make a Mexican ceviche dish without some cilantro. So we got some cilantro here, mix that in. And since I like everything spicy, here's some jalapenos. Put some jalapenos in there. And that's just one whole diced up jalapeno. And this is coconut milk. Just add a little different flavor to it, make it a little bit thicker. Coconut milk. Now the fish is raw. And the way you cook the fish with ceviche is you use the citrus and the lemon and the limes. You can use oranges too, but for today's dish, we're gonna go ahead and use limes and some lemons. So I have 2 whole limes, some lemon. It doesn't matter if you put the lemon first or the lime first. That's what's gonna cook the fish. And you can start seeing the yellowtail changing color, turning lighter. That's just from the lime and the lemon that's going in there now. Now the only thing left to add to this dish is just a little bit of salt. So I'll just take a pinch of sea salt, spread that across there, and that's it. You don't want to add too much to it. You just mix this all together. And you can see how it's already changing color. See how light that fish is turning already? Just a beautiful dish. I like to make ceviche on those hot summer days. It's a nice dish. And then when I have friends over I'm entertaining, I'll use ceviche mainly as an appetizer. This is all done. And like I said, the only thing I would do different now is just throw this in the refrigerator, wait like 2 hours, and all those juices would get soaked up in that fish, and it would just taste so delicious. But I just love the way the dish came out, nice and colorful. All those bell peppers and jalapenos and a lot of ingredients really adds to it. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bite of this. That's so good. Again, if I had the time to soak it for 2 hours in the refrigerator and let all those ingredients just get absorbed into the fish, it would taste even better. But let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing.
Oh, sea lion. Well, we're still drifting along here, yo-yoing. We got a handful of yellows on our first drift. We're having a little bit of a problem trying to get through these great big quality salmon grouper. They also like eating the yo-yo irons. The neat thing about where we're at, we're on a plateau about 8 miles off the beach, and you can catch rockfish, lingcod, reds, grouper, and yellowtail all at the same time. And this is just, we're just getting started here. And I think when the conditions improve, when we get a little bit more current, I think the yellows are gonna bite. I'm metering really good, but it is a condition type thing where if you're drifting like we are now to the southwest, when it goes to the south or the southeast, the yellow bite will improve. So stay tuned, gotta go.
Cod right here, Colonet. Get him out of the tangle here. Oh, nice one.
There we go.
Woo! Don't get a nice fight.
We got a bleeder.
Another quality yellowtail down here in Colonet. On board the old Chief. How we doing?
Got one coming up, Cap, Chris.
There we go. Good job. All right.
Awesome. Yeah, yellow too. Oh, they're biting a little bit here. We struggled. We're picking away, probably close to 30 yellowtail now. Woo! There you go. You happy?
I'm way happy.
Nice fish, dude. Thank you. Did a good job on it.
Foul hook.
I'll take it.
That'll work.
I'll take that.
Oh, lingcod here. In the gap in the corner.
There we are. Laying a salmon brew.
Good day.
Finally. All right. Matches your hat.
See? It's all about the accessories.
Nice.
Look at that lure.
Look at this. What color do you call that?
Salmon.
Oompa Loompa?
Salmon.
There you go. Drop and wind. Nice and easy. See, now you're getting his head up. You get him away from the bottom. You get out there. Straight up and down on that fish. Bang.
Little guy.
Okay.
Smaller, but works. Good eating.
Oh, sorry.
Where'd you get that on?
Dropper loop. Sardine.
Right off the
Right
bottom?
on the bottom.
Right on the bottom?
Yeah. About 4 cranks up. First yellow.
The lingcod I got. Straight out. Straight out. Got a keeper? Wind down. Take it. Take it. There you go. Now you got his head turned. Take it. What happened is him being down like this, now his head's like this and it's in your favor. Nice and steady. And take it. Put your thumb in the spool,
there
put a
you
little bit
go.
of line out. And you got him.
Got everybody else too. What do we got?
Well, it may not be pretty, but it's effective.
Dropper loop on the bottom. Nice bite. Heavy, very heavy.
All right. Let's see what this one is. It's acting like a yellow. Haven't had much luck. I've lost 3 or 4 already. And every possible situation. I got sawed off twice. Had my dropper loop, the line break in half. Just everything's happened to me today. Let's see what happens with this one.
Not yet.
I know. There's color right there. Someone's fish.
Underneath. Watch this. Okay. Come around. Come on. Right in the corner. Both of you guys come around. Let me get in here, Dan. Let's see here. You come under. This one come under. Yeah, just go down.
There's deep color on mine.
Let's get the fish.
Deep color on mine. Here comes my fish. Yeah, finally. 4th time.
I thought the third time was the charm.
Not for me. Finally got a nice yellowtail. Chris and I have been fishing together for about 20 years on 3 or 4 different boats, and we're out today on our day-and-a-half trip. Well, on behalf of Chris Randall, the whole crew, the chief, and myself, I'm Dan Hernandez. Hoping you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and join us next week for part 2 of our day-and-a-half adventure here aboard the Chief. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, we got to get out of the way. We've got more
All right.
fish going here.